Hi, it's Brad Gilley here with Trevor Bayne, who drives the number 16 car in the Nationwide Series for Roush Fenway Racing. But we see the uniform on right now, the very famous number 21 Wood Brothers Ford in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. This is pretty cool. You like this look?
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it on both ends. You know, I'm so happy to get to drive that 16 car for Mr. Jack Roush and Mr. Fenway. Awesome opportunity there. Got a cool-looking Mustang coming out this year. And then on the Cup side, this opportunity to make my first 500 start. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to be surrounded with here to make that debut.
You got your first Cup start at Texas last year back in November. What was that day like for you? I mean, from start your engines to the whole weekend, really.
You know what? I still haven't taken it all in yet. Like, I still feel like it was a dream and it just happened. And I mean, somebody was asking me at the Christmas party for Roush. They were like, you know, what was your highlight this year? And I started thinking, I'm like, you know, the 3 poles in a row is pretty cool. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm in my first Cup start. Of course that's the highlight. So, but it was just, qualifying was a little nerve-wracking. We had to make it in on time, and that's when I get my butterflies. But before the race, for some reason, it was just like this calmness, just ready to do it like we belong there. And I think that's something Eddie and Lim Wood and Mr. Donnie Wingo, all those guys have kind of given me that confidence that, hey, we can do this. You know, we belong here, and we've got the equipment and the right people, and so here we go.
You actually had a pretty unique year last year, because when we saw you this time last year, it was the Diamond Waltrip car and all that stuff, and was there a point when that was going away that you were thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then obviously it turns into what you're going to do, and even a Cup ride.
You know, it was kind of crazy how fast it happened, and definitely not something I intended to happen. And I loved working with Gary and Blake Bechtel and everybody at MWR. I mean, that was an awesome opportunity, and they helped me get here. So, but then again, it was kind of a good thing it happened so fast, because it didn't give me that chance to worry. You know, it wasn't like it was a month deal where I was like, oh no, like what am I going to do? It was like 3 days, and then, you know, fortunately for me, we had been running really well. You know, Jerry Baxter and all those guys had really improved their program there, and so Jack Roush took notice of it and pulled me right in, and so it was cool to be able to pick up that opportunity. And then I think our intentions were probably to bring a 5th Cup car here this year for the 500, so I wanted to get approval. Went to Texas with the 21 team, and it meshed. You know, I mean, it was a perfect situation, just timing, everything was really good, and so the Wood Brothers were like, hey, if we want to continue this, you know, we had a great run, and we need some youth going again, and you know, which is not normally a characteristic of the Wood Brothers. They like their veterans, so just really cool how it all came together, and now here we are.
So you're working with people who have many, many years of wisdom, the Wood Brothers, Jack Roush. What is Jack Roush? Has he imparted any of his wisdom onto you that's something that you kind of carry with you every day?
Well, I steer away from the words wisdom and a lot of experience, because I learned that that's what they think I'm calling them, old, for some reason. So I always just say they're really smart guys. But no, you know, Jack Roush is just, he's an incredible owner, really hands-on. Not what I expected at all either. You know, from a distance, he's just intimidating, like, non-approachable guy, but then you sit down in the meetings and he's very personable and just wants to be involved, you know, and I think that's awesome. He's standing there with a stopwatch checking the spark plugs. I mean, that's cool to have an owner that cares. And as far as Eddie and Lim Wood go, I mean, their whole deal, you know, Leonard Wood's there hanging out. They're there till 8 o'clock at night just piddling with the race cars, and it feels like a race team again, and that's why we all do this. That's what we love.
Trevor Bayne, a lot of fun to watch him this year. The number 16 Ford Mustangs on the Nationwide side, the number 21 Ford Fusions over on the Sprint Cup side. Best of luck to you this year.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.